Hello, welcome to a wonderful episode of MEE with Margaret Taribo. MEE stands for Motivate, Educate and Engage. And it's a wonderful opportunity where we can talk about subjects or topics that impact on our well-being, on our families and our communities. And today I have somebody wonderful here because we're going to be looking at a subject that people might think, oh, it's not that important, but trust me, by the time we finish this episode, you will know that it's very important because it impacts on you, on me, on our children, and everyone in our community. So welcome once again as you join me to say hello to Michael.
It's good to be here.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, you all right?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good, yeah. So, Michael, tell us about yourself. Who are you really? And what makes you tick?
So, obviously, I recently graduated from university. I'm someone who likes to play music as well. I like to play the drums, and I'm very entrepreneurial minded. So I'm someone who likes to see an opportunity and go for it. In terms of business, whether if it's even something small, whether it's something big, I always feel like if there's an opportunity there, you have to go ahead and take it. Yeah.
That's interesting. And you were saying something about being an entrepreneur, I don't know. Do you want to tell me a bit more? Because you went to university and you studied what? Is it?
I studied economics, yeah. So it's kind of similar in the sense that, you're looking at the way things work in the business world when you're looking at microeconomics, that's to do like markets and whatnot. But there's also like the governmental side of it, the country side of it, where you're looking at how markets impact the economy of a whole country or whole industry. Mm-hmm. So there's different sides to it, but it all ties in together. It's the study of money, really. And, with business and entrepreneurship, the goal is to make money. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So now that brings me to the topic that we're looking at, teamwork or collaboration, as people like to say today. What does that mean to you?
Teamwork. So to me, teamwork is making sure that the people you're working with, it would normally be like, let's say I'm working in a team of 5 or 6, making sure they know their roles, making sure that there's not one person left behind. When you know your role, it makes it easier for you to reach the goal of the team as a whole. But it's important that each and every person knows what their function is to the team. And in terms of not leaving them behind, it means that maybe sometimes checking in with them, making sure that they're feeling okay, not just in terms of, what you're trying to do, but even their mental health as well, because that can impact on how they go about, being functional to the team.
It's interesting you say something about mental health, but we'll come to that later. But teamwork, because sometimes people look at teamwork just in an organization. Do you think it impacts as a young person? How does that impact on you, on your relationship, on your friends, on what you do, even in simple things like playtime and things? Do you think teamwork is important in that respect?
I mean, definitely. Humans, by design, we're actually meant to be social creatures. And I'm saying this as someone who isn't actually that social. I'm social when I need to be, but I think it's important to recognize that shying away from teamwork and collaboration is not good in terms of getting to where you want to get to. Mm-hmm. You need people, and it's okay to need people. In the society we're in today, there's a bit of hyper independence going about, so everyone wants to do everything themselves. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm saying this as a person who's very independent. It's very easy to be like, oh yeah, I don't need this person, or let me go and do this myself.
Young people are like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a thing where you're not trying to seem too needy. You don't want to seem like you're begging for help from someone. Maybe sometimes it comes from a place of pride. Speaking as a guy as well, sometimes we have too much pride to ask for help or reach out for help. But it's important because societies and businesses were built on collaboration and the help from other people, not just one person. Yeah.
So talking about needing help and being young and reaching out, do you feel that has, you said something about mental health. Mm-hmm. Have there been situations in your life, in your young life, that you felt, I feel down because there's nobody around, or I don't feel connected as I want to? Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, I think I've been fortunate because for the most part, people have always checked in with me. So I've never really felt like, oh yeah, I'm alone per se. But I can definitely say that, it's noticeable when you need someone there with you to do things. And maybe they're not there, maybe not because they don't want to be there, but they actually have something else to do. You do feel their absence, and you kind of don't know what you don't value what you have until it's gone sometimes. So I would say sometimes in the absence of those people, sometimes you do feel it. But for the most part, I feel like when I've needed help, I've been able to ask for help. And I think it's a good attitude to have going forward. I haven't always been good at it, but I've definitely learned, especially my experiences in sixth form and university. In university as well, like I didn't really like the group assignments. I hated the group assignments, and a lot of people do anyway. But now that I'm going into like the working world and the professional world, I kind of see the why
they did it. Yeah,
it's really important to be able to work with people even you don't like. It's not everyone that you work with you're gonna like at the end of the day, but it's about putting any personal differences aside to get to that target you're trying to achieve. Yeah.
Interesting. This is very interesting, But we live in a world where technology and social media plays a very, very, very big role in our lives, and it tends to isolate people from the area of collaboration and teamwork. Do you agree with that, or do you think there's especially for young people?
Definitely. I would say as a younger person, I can't. My experience won't be the same as your experience. We've basically almost grown up with phones, and the people that are even younger have grown up with phones and iPads, and they can do everything themselves. And even these days, what you can do on your phone probably contributes to that. Like you can use your phone as a literal desktop computer. If I wanted to, I could type a document on Word on my phone. So I wouldn't need to go to maybe the library or go to a place where you might have an interaction with someone who can help you. I could do it from home in my room if I wanted to. So technology definitely does play a role in making people a lot more independent, maybe feeling isolated as well. I think you sometimes you have your own bubble, maybe when you're on your phone too much or.
And do you agree then that it does impact on mental well-being and being depressed? And
definitely.
Because a lot of our young people, you have that experience as well in knowing that a lot of young people feel alone, and they might not know that they feel alone, but it's about that thing about needing each other, but getting rid of that pride and say, actually, let's do this together.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thankful because I've always had like a group of friends where we could go periods without, speaking with each other, but we're always there for each other, if you get what I'm saying. And same with the people around me, the mentors around me, old and young. So I think it's important as well to kind of build up a support network. That's the main thing, I think, where you have people that you can speak to, people that will reach out to you, even go out of their ways. I think in this society, the main problem is that there's a you do, I do kind of mentality where if maybe I don't reach out to someone, they're not going to reach out to me out of, you didn't reach out to me. But it should never be like that. It should always be a thing where, there's a genuine desire to see your people win. If you want to see your people win, then that should be enough to see them through, I think.
And that makes teamwork and collaboration richer, because if you say I'm not doing because you're not doing, then what's the point?
Yeah, you need to be able to go the extra mile for each other. Be selfless. Have those type of values.
Be selfless.
Yeah.
We live in a selfish society,
Definitely.
That's something that needs to happen. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there anything, because I know that we're talking about the world of work, do you think learning about teamwork and collaboration will help you in the future? Do you think it prepares you for the world of work that you're going into? I know you joked about not liking group work. Yeah. How do you think you're prepared for work?
Definitely. I think I touched on the fact that you're going to go into a world where there's people you may not like. Regardless, you can even try to be likable, you can try to like them, but there's always going to be natural differences. So learning the value of teamwork and collaboration, learning how to drag someone along to reach your goals. And the thing is, because I've seen you doing it, even when there's been maybe an issue or something where you don't know how you're going to move past it, but you're always focused. You always have that, okay, we need to get to here, forget what happened. If you can adopt that mentality, I think in the professional world, then the sky's the limit, to be honest. Now,
you spoke about the professional world. What about family? Do you think teamwork and collaboration is important in family?
Definitely. Family, like the word family, it's meant to be a thing where, you're a group together. You go through experiences together, you lose together, you win together. no one's meant to be left behind. Like family is like the basis. Like I feel like people that come from families where that is kind of ingrained, they're more likely to actually, you know, take that into the outside world
Wow.
where they don't, you know, they don't need people behind. They're able to even accept people's flaws. Family, you know, everyone gets on each other's nerves. You know, I have a sister, like she gets on my nerves, and by the end of the day, like, you know, in family, love carries you through, and in the working world, when you have that type of, you know, you come from that type of environment, naturally you're always going to want to see things through, regardless of, you know, whether you've had a little fight or a little feud or whatever, you know.
I actually like what you've said, looking at the family and having that progress into work. I think the society will be a better place when we look at teamwork and collaboration from that perspective. Is there any last words you have to tell the audience or somebody young like you that needs to hear the importance of teamwork and collaboration? Just let them know here.
I would say don't ignore the people trying to help you. Always try to, you know, be open to help. Don't shy away from it. It's okay to accept, you know, a helping hand, and always just keep going, keep grinding. There's always going to be setbacks, but just you know, push through it, and you will get to where you want to get to. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michael. So we've listened to Michael today. I'll see you next time, because this is not over. We're going to listen to somebody else, and you will know that teamwork and collaboration is important to us. If you're watching, please share, please like it and subscribe, and let others know that we have something good to say. Thank you.